Hello, everybody. Noah Films here with yet another episode of the podcast. We are going to start. So we're gonna go back to back to back on this. So tomorrow there's gonna be another episode, hopefully. But yeah. So Aqua Studios once again on the podcast again. So yeah. But welcome to the newly named Comic Central podcast.
Everyone give a round of applause.
Oh no, we don't have a live audience.
Oh.
Alright then. Let's Alright, so let's first get into what Marvel Legends we're gonna want for Christmas. So yeah. So my Marvel Legends wish list is the Red Skull from 10-year anniversary Red Skull. I've wanted a Red Skull for a long time, and found him at a reasonable price, so I want him. And then that Beast Marvel Select figure, and then who else? I think I had Colossus Marvel Select. I want him, and then I don't know. I think maybe like the Wasp could be one that I want for like a new Avenger. But yeah, who do you want? Aqua Studios, Marvel Legends, or
I
Marvel
have two
Select?
things on my list.
Alright.
So, my first thing is the Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen 2-pack for Into the Spider-Verse.
Alright.
And my second thing is Spider-Man Noir. And I don't have anything else in the Marvel Legends department, but I have something in the NECA department.
Ooh. Alright.
And that's a Michael Myers figure.
Alright. Yeah. But I want, like, the main thing is, like, I want a lot of X-Men. I just named, like, the top 4 that I really, really want. There's some other ones I want, but, you know, those are, like, the 4 main ones I want.
Yeah.
But, like, obviously, you're not gonna get, like, 15 Marvel Legends, like, what you want. Obviously, can't get that unless your parents are, like, millionaires. But, you know, and we're not spoiled brats, too, so that's a good thing. So, yeah, off topic here, but let's dive into some. We did some of these, in the last episode, but, like, hero versus hero, or hero versus villain, or hero versus hero battle, who would win? So, I'm gonna say, alright, so Aqua, who do you think would win? The Avengers or the Guardians of the Galaxy? I've done a stop motion on this.
I'd say Avengers, but I mean, if you want to go into your reasoning first, then I'll go into mine.
Yeah, okay. It depends on like, alright. So if like the original like 6 Avengers or 6, 7, I think it was 6 in the first Avengers movie versus the Guardians of the Galaxy right now, so it's like pretty even. So do you still go with the Avengers?
I'm still gonna go with the Avengers.
Man, it would be close. I don't know. I think.
Do you want to? Who do you think would win?
I think it would be the Avengers. Because it would be really close, but I think the Hulk and Thor would just be too much for the Guardians. That would be the main thing that pushes them over. If they didn't have one of them, and it was just if they didn't have Thor or if they didn't have Hulk, then I would go with the Guardians.
Yeah.
Okay. You have asked me one.
All right. Who would win? The Hulk versus Darkseid. I mean, not Darkseid. Doomsday.
Okay. I think Doomsday would win. Doomsday killed Superman, and I think Superman would beat Hulk. So I think, I mean, it wouldn't be as lopsided as right now I was originally thinking, but it would be a close fight. But ultimately, Doomsday would win.
Well, I'm gonna say why I think Hulk would actually win.
Ooh, we have a
This
disagreement.
is sort of like one of those rock paper scissors situations. We all know Hulk is able to go up toe to toe with Thanos by himself.
Yeah.
And Thanos is equally matched against Darkseid. And Darkseid has beaten Superman, heck, the entire Justice on multiple occasions. And if Hulk can even stand to Thanos, then I highly think Hulk could beat Darkseid.
Well, you're lagging out a lot right now, but I heard mostly what you said, so I'm gonna disagree though. But okay. I have an idea in mind to get some of this podcast so it doesn't get dry. So we're gonna go through just some recent movies and have a debate about them, MCU movies. And hold up. I wanna Batman versus Superman. Did you see that movie?
Yes.
Okay, let's have a debate about Batman v Superman. So, what did you think of it?
I didn't like it. I thought it was terrible, and I thought it was boring to me.
I wouldn't say it's terrible, but I think the final battle stuff. I think well, first of all, I think a lot of the action scenes were done really well done, which I think is the best thing about this movie. The Batman versus when Superman and Batman actually fight, it's a good fight. But let's get into my problems with the movie. A film called Batman v Superman should have more fighting between Batman and Superman. It was just alright. This is kind of what I hate about a lot of superhero movies now. It's always about superheroes being legal or not, or just the regular humans just against superheroes all the time. I hate that cliche. Just make a new creative story.
Exactly.
So, yeah. They had that same narrative in Man of Steel. Just drop that narrative right now. We don't need that. And I think Batman was decent. In Justice League, though, he's horrible. He doesn't look like he wants to be there in Justice League. But Batman, this one is decent, but some people overpraise him. But I thought it was just decent. This film was horribly paced. That's the worst thing. Just horribly paced. I don't want to just have some big dumb Transformers movie with a bunch of action, but I do want good pacing. Pacing done well, in The Force Awakens. I know people don't like it, but you gotta say it has some pretty good pacing though. That's pacing done well. But pacing in this movie, Batman v Superman, is horrible.
Yeah.
It's like The Last Jedi's pacing. So, overall, what is your, what would you have this movie on 1 to 10? What would you rate this film, 1 to 10? Hello?
Sorry, 3.
A 3, wow, okay. Alright, I'd give this about a 5. I think there were definitely some good things, and the first time I watched it, I hated it, but when I rewatched it, it was a little bit better, but it's still not a good movie, and that definitely made the DCU just absolutely plummet. Then they had horrible Suicide Squad, and then Justice League was an absolute travesty, and I don't know what they're going to do from here. They probably should just stop it, and then in a few years, 5 years or something, restart it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, let's have another movie debate. about a controversial one. Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. So we can't have one. Maybe if I bring like, if we get Thundercat back on the podcast, we can maybe do that. All right. Let's have a debate about Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Alright, after this, I recommend we can do one last one, and that'd be Spider-Man 3 or The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I think Amazing Spider-Man 2 would be more juicy, but let's get right into Avengers: Age of Ultron. So, Aqua, what did you think about Age of Ultron?
I actually surprisingly liked Age of Ultron. The only bad thing I could say about it, I felt like the pace was a little bit off, but everything else was fine. I loved it. To me, it was a good movie. I like Ultron as a character. I hope he comes back, but honestly, I'd say the pacing sort of ruins it a little bit.
The pacing is the pacing is one of the problems, but I'd say this is a mediocre film. It's really disappointing. Like, after the first Avengers movie, I was so excited. Walking out of the theater, I was like, I wanted more than just fine. But then when I rewatched it, I'm like, this isn't that good. So, Ultron, for some reason, makes jokes. And I don't like that. Ultron in the comics is a very, very menacing, evil villain. In this one, he's just there to crack jokes, and he just has some good, cool powers, and he can punch people and shoot lasers. Cool. That's the most disappointing thing about the movie. And like you said, pacing, not very good. Times were, especially like when they went to Hawkeye's place or whatever, that's where the movie really fell down. The final act, the final battle, when they were just punching Ultron's robots, like, that didn't feel like, it felt like no tension at all. Like, at least have them more powerful and not just be these robots that just a simple gunshot can take them down. A little bit more. Alright, I don't know what that is, but just ignore that for a minute. Alright, so, Aqua Studios, what did you... So, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate this movie?
I'd give it in my personal opinion, I'd give it a 7, but with all the points you've listed, I'd give it
A what?
I said, in my personal opinion, I'd say I'd give it a 7, but with all of your points, I'd say a 4.
Oh, okay. Alright, I'm gonna give it a... Let's see... 5, I think. Because there are many things wrong, but ultimately, like, there are some really good parts of it, but really, I'm just disappointed. Ultron, like, if Ultron was done well, this could have been a really good film. And if they just cleaned up some of the other things, this could have been a really good film. Just wasted potential. So, Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'm gonna go first this time. Amazing Spider-Man 2, I hate this film. It's so boring. And it goes on for 2.5 hours of pain. Like, come on. So there's way too many subplots, and they were originally going to have a subplot with Mary Jane too. That probably would have gotten this film to 3 hours. And with Peter Parker's parents, I don't care. Alright? Just say they're gone, and it doesn't matter. You don't need to tell a story about Peter Parker's parents. And that's probably why these films were made, The Amazing Spider-Man, just to tell the untold story of Peter Parker's parents. Which I don't care about.
Yeah.
And the only thing that's good is really the suit. And that one shot in the beginning of the film when he's flying over New York City and it's the one spider logo thing. That's the one good. Those are the two good things I say about this movie. I mean, you know what? Actually, some action scenes were good and some special effects were good. but, I want more. I want a good story. This does not have, like, anything good. Pacing, bad, too many subplots. I don't like Andrew Garfield in this that much. Harry Osborn's actor, whoever it is, I don't care, is not very good in this movie. And the scenes between Gwen and Peter just aren't very good. So, Aqua, what do you think about The Amazing Spider-Man 2?
This is gonna be if people watch, and you know it. I'm actually the opposite of everything you said. I actually really love the film, and I get all the points what people have, but I movie because good Slow Dylan show was very underdeveloped. I still liked not his boss fight. That's a video game. His fight in the movie. I loved how he looked. The suit. Andrew was amazing as Spider-Man. I wouldn't say it was good as Peter.
All right.
But had with the movie is that Gwen Stacy's death was.
Hello?
And there would have been at least an actual other than Spider-Man cutting. Like, I wish that actually made it better for me.
Yeah.
But, I get all your points about it, but I just love the movie. I don't know why,
Alright then, but another point I want to bring up on why I don't like this movie is Electro, when he kind of turns evil, like people say it's because he forgot his name, but that's not why. It's because he like gets jealous of him when he gets on the Times Square monitor things instead of Electro, and then he gets all mad, which and then like when he's evil, he's just like, I'm a god, and like it's really doesn't make sense with his character. But yeah, we are almost at 18 minutes, so this is gonna take a while to upload, so I might just upload it tomorrow. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the newly named Comic Central podcast. Expect another episode tomorrow if it's on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve if I get this out. The Christmas Eve, which is today. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks to Aqua Studios coming on the podcast once again. And I'll see you guys all next time. See you later. Bye.